Hey guys, hope you're all doing great today. Today I want to talk about the saying. It's about the journey, not about the destination. I want to talk about the journey itself, just kind of my thoughts on it, and just some things that have helped me through my journey and will probably continue to help me. Um, and I guess this kind of YouTube channel or all these videos is kind of like my way of showing you my journey. This is my progress. These are the things that change, and these are the things that stick over time and that have helped me. These are the things that I used and saw results from them, and then here are some things that I tried but didn't actually work. So a lot of the times in uh, videos that I have posted in the past, I have mentioned a lot of beliefs that were true to me back then, but could possibly change in the future. And I just want to remind you that that is applicable to your life as well. A lot of the times, actually, most of the time, you're not gonna pick out a list or a dogma or guideline of whatever you feel suits you and will continue to suit you for the rest of your life. Um, a lot of times that isn't going to work. And it's all about being open to the change that will be brought that will be brought in your life. And it's all about welcoming that change, because if we weren't looking for change in our lives, we wouldn't be seeking to better ourselves or to better our situations. Um, if we want to make something better in our lives or in ourselves, it's about change. And a lot of the times we have that change in our lives, we see it, but we don't see it as a positive change that could possibly open up doors to our lives that could help us get to where we want to be. A lot of the times we see them as negative things, and we try to resist the change because we as a human species are so accustomed to change. We're so accustomed to what's familiar. And when someone or something tries to change what we are so accustomed to our routines, etc., it's very hard to accept and it's very hard to live with. So, kind of a reminder, be open to change. If someone asks you to do something completely out of the ordinary, or if for work you have to do something that you're completely uncomfortable with, like for me was I can be very people shy, and my job requires constant communication with people, so I always try to push myself out of that comfort zone. One, because it is sharpening up the areas that I find are my weaknesses. Those are my weak areas. And it's also welcoming the change in my life. By doing things that I don't do ordinarily, by switching up my schedule, or by taking the leap of faith to do something that I'm horribly scared of, I'm welcoming that change in my life. And that change is going to be what I want in my life. I don't want to, to be stuck at a job that is minimum wage for the rest of my life. I don't want to um, just live in my parents' basement, drive my parents' car for the rest of my life. I want to do my own thing, and by doing things like that, I'm welcoming the different change in my life. And change is not always bad. A lot of times when you first experience it, it does seem bad, but change is always good. That's what I learned in my journey. Change is always good, because by sticking to the things that you already know what's going to happen. You already know the results. It's very easy to predict and to read. But with change, there are so many different possibilities and outcomes that could happen, and I believe that 99% of the time those changes are going to benefit you and are going to help you be where you want to be. Um, in my videos, uh, I don't have great speaking skills. I don't. I'm a human, I'm not a. I don't have great speaking skills. I mispronounce words. say a lot. I know those things about myself, and I get nervous and stuff, and I'm being open about that because I want to show everyone that those who may seem like they're perfect or have a great life as well, have mistakes too, or do mistakes. Whatever, make mistakes. See, everyone makes mistakes, and I just want to show to everyone else that every single person is human. No one is entirely perfect, and I don't believe that anyone's going to be entirely perfect in this life, because the journey, in my opinion, doesn't end in this life. The journey goes on until after you die. So, in my opinion, we shouldn't even be completely focused on the destination in this life. Because we may get really, really close to that destination. Materially, we will probably get to the destination. We'll probably get that car that we want. We'll probably get the house that we want. We'll probably get the status and fame that we want. But for me, it's more than that, and it's about being a perfect, like the perfect example of a human being, kind, caring, completely selfless. And honestly, I doubt whether we can get to that in this life, but things may change, and that's why I'm putting that out in the open right now, is so that even for myself, so I can go back and see what my beliefs were in the past. Because it's fun to kind of see where my beliefs in the future have how my beliefs in the future morphed from the beliefs that I had in the past, and it's also cool to track my growth and my progress. I think that actually being able to see someone's growth and progress with your own eyes, and actually being able to see them mess up and make their mistakes better, is actually very encouraging, because no one is born perfect. And a lot of times when you see someone who you deem as perfect, or someone whose life is perfect, they weren't born that way. They had to work to that one way or another. Um, and it's cool to see that process. It's cool to see that growth, because it'll give you a realistic insight that it doesn't happen overnight. There's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of pain. It's all about baby steps, and it's all about believing in yourself and never giving up. um, let's see. Something also that helped me in my sort of journey is seeing things from a different perspective. For example, um, when I was stuck in the same kind of thought pattern rut, I would get sick of being in my own head, because it was the same thing over and over and over. I would say the same things to myself. I would say it in the same manner, same emotions, and it was very sickening. So I know that a lot of the times I hear on TV, movies, other people, that people get sick of being in their heads all the time. So something that has helped me is to see things from a different perspective. I get sick of music pretty fast sometimes, but maybe you could listen to music differently. I like to pay attention to what's beyond the words of the music. Just pay attention to something that I haven't paid attention to before, listened to before. Find something new in that same and ordinary thing that you're always faced with, and that it could absolutely apply to your life. You do your same routine every day. You go to work, you go to school, you whatever, you take care of your child. That routine can get monotonous and boring. But find something new in what you're doing. Try to see things from a different perspective. Um, with people in my job, I deal with complaints so much, and sometimes it gets on my nerves so bad. And I have learned to take in people's complaints as information. I don't let those things get to me. I sit down and I try to clear my head when I listen to people, and I try to listen to the intonations in their voice, how their emotions show through their words, how they're saying it, how their body language is. Just things like that. I'm just throwing out examples of how you can view things differently every day. Um, Also, with music, I like to take the meaning away from the words, try to separate myself from the learning groove in my brain that tells me this is what this word means, and I try to listen to the way the word is said, and the pitches and the tones in the word. So it's not a word anymore, it's a sound. And this is weird, but I think that's how babies hear music. because they don't understand what words are. Like they don't understand the meaning. It's just another sound to them. Um, Oh, it's a really cool way to see things. When I'm walking outside or I'm somewhere public and someone's talking on the phone or someone's talking to another person, I don't listen to the words. I listen to like the tones and the sounds. Like I try to imagine how a baby would interpret that because they don't understand the meaning of words. See, I just like to think outside of the box. I like to do things like that, things that make life interesting to me, so that I don't go crazy over the same monotonous things every day, because that's gonna drive you crazy. Even though we are so subject to resist change, we're just an interesting species, and I think that you need to have a perfect balance of change and a familiar of the familiar. So, um, let's see. Oh, another thing that has helped me is doing small actions, as if they were big deeds. I I like to help people. I really like to help people. And sometimes I question myself. Sometimes I think I'm not helping people enough, because I want to thank God or my creator, the universe, for everything that it has given me or he has given me or whatever. And I feel like compared to what I give it, I feel like I'm not giving enough sometimes, because I have been given so much. I have been given a body, I have been given life on this earth, I have been given the circumstances that make me who I am, and I always feel like I'm not doing enough. But I have to remind myself that um, these little things that I do, compliment people, talk to someone, make someone smile every day, uh, is big in God's eyes, because a compliment can go a long way. Making someone laugh can go a long way. You never know what another person is going through, and doing things like that really does go a long way. So that's something else that has helped me. Um, if you feel like you're doing something that it just isn't enough, just remember that a little can go a long, long way. Just because you aren't doing something huge in your job and your status in your life doesn't mean that you're not doing anything. You're doing something, and a little always goes a long way. There's so much that I have learned. There is so much that I want to share and explain, and sometimes I feel like I don't explain it very well, because it's personal to me. I'm sharing my life to you. Like, I'm sharing the very core of what makes me who I am, to so many people that I don't know. And it's hard to explain, because I feel like I understand it so much, and then when I try to explain it, it's like, okay, understand. And then I forget, oh wait, these people aren't me. So I hope I can make sense. Oh, one more very, very important thing before um, I stop this video is physical wellness. I think wellness, and this is actually like a real definition. Wellness not only involves the emotional and mental aspect, but the physical aspect as well. And I think that that is very important, because when I was depressed, I was very, very, very inactive. And I think that physical activity does so much, so much. So take that body that God gave you. We take this for granted so much. We take our bodies for granted so much. We have to remember that some people are born without arms or legs or without vision, or some people get to live for 2 months as a baby and then die, and they don't get to fully experience where we are right now. We have to remember how blessed we are every single day. So we have to take care of and love and appreciate the things that we have been blessed with, even pain, because pain is growth. So we have to be grateful for everything, and God will keep giving us all these, I want to say good and positive, but just all these things in our lives that make lives, that make us alive. Take care of your body, exercise, eat right, don't stuff junk in your body. This is a natural thing. Give it natural things, give it love. Don't criticize your body because your eyes are so accustomed to what the media gives you. Don't do that to your body. Don't hurt yourself. These are just things that have helped me. Just really love your body. Really learn to appreciate it. We we are all so accustomed to just knowing that we have a body, knowing we have arms, fingers, legs, whatever, that it becomes just a natural thing, and we just kind of put it in the back of our heads. But when we really take a second to look at, oh my god, I have a finger, it helps us really appreciate the bones and muscles and everything, and how like my brain is making this move is a complete and utter miracle to me. Like, I don't even know, So learn to appreciate your body. Your body is probably the biggest lesson you'll ever have, because it is what puts you here on this earth. It is what separates you from the spirits and from the physical people that are here. So be really, really grateful for your body. Take care of it. I think exercise is amazing. Use your body for what it was made for. Our bodies weren't made to be sedentary at all. Our bodies were meant to be active. Our bodies were meant to move. And I am such a strong believer in that, and eating healthy, and not necessarily starving yourself or trying to get a six pack, but just taking care of your body, because taking care of this physical self really takes care of this mental and emotional self too, because your brain is part of your body. The brain is physical. The science that uh, neurons talk about, with the brain cells firing these transmitters, is an actual science. And we have to take that in our lives and just learn to really appreciate what we have been given. If we take care of our bodies take care of our minds, and I hope that makes sense. I'm just trying to say that you this is an actual physical thing. The brain is, and our thoughts, I a huge part of it, um, come from this thing called our soul or our mind. But in order for these thoughts to be transmitted into actions, they have to pass through the brains, through the neurons, and then they can be what is here in front of you: words, actions, thoughts, whatever. But they have to come through from the awareness that you really are underneath everything, through the neurons, the science, and here. I'm not a scientist, but that's how I interpret it. And if you really take care of your brain, if you really take care of your body, your brain lives on oxygen and blood, and exercise brings the oxygen and blood pumping through your brain, and your brain loves that. And when your brain is in top physical condition, is in top emotional and mental condition, I guarantee you that your brain will absolutely, its potential will go through the roof when you exercise. I know that for a fact. I used to be so sedentary, and I can actually notice the difference. I'm thinking a lot clearer, I'm thinking a lot sharper and faster. It is a huge difference, and it is so important to be able to take care of that physical body so that you can be the person you really want to be. You can't be uh, what you want to be if you're stuck at home in a wheelchair. You can't even walk 5 feet, or you're in the hospital because you had another heart attack. You really have to take care of yourself and appreciate what you have. So I hope that makes sense, and thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great and fabulous day. Thank you.